What's that? Good evening. Hey, so my name is Pratik. I'm the director at Brixel Holdings Hong Kong Limited, and I started coding in 2008 while I was in my college days. Never looked back, and we started using WordPress since 2012, and since then my team has developed about 500 plus WordPress themes for various different customers. We never had a theme on the WordPress repository. It was just that we do custom themes for our clients because we feel that every theme it's unique. So we never wanted our own design or code to be used by multiple clients. So that was the reason we never went to the WordPress repository. I don't code anymore, and all that I focus on is like serving the customer. So basically, at Brixel Holdings, I am the bridge between my clients and my developers. But I know enough coding so that my developers cannot fool me, because developers can be very tricky. Because if they don't want to do anything, they say, "Oh no, this cannot be done." And then there's the business development guy. He goes to the client and he just says it, and then you lose a client. So I always wanted to make sure that I don't have any business development managers at my company. So it's only me who talks to the client. No developers, no managers in between me and my client. Something more about myself, I wish to write some books. 100% uptime and customer satisfaction, LOL. WYSI, WYG, the biggest scam of 21st century. I call it like this because till 5 years I never knew what WYSI, WYG was. Then I saw it is called what you see is what you get. That's the biggest lie. You don't see what you get. I had a client, he said, you know what, the font in that heading tag, it's a Times New Roman, but when I see on the website, it's completely different. So I'm not seeing what I'm getting. It should be what you see is something you will never ever get in your life. 50 shades of my client's favorite color. I don't know, I have stopped designing anymore. I don't design because I don't want to. WordPress updates and peace. This is the favorite one. If you can attain peace by updating some WordPress, I don't know, there are many times websites just break and things like that happens. So that's about me. So what is quality? Wikipedia says in business, engineering, and manufacturing, quality has a pragmatic interpretation as a non-inferiority or the superiority of something. It's also defined as fitness of people, and this is the most technical definition of quality. All of you are like, we have never come here to listen to this. So yeah, and then so there are two factors. One is quality and another one is growth. The biggest issue that I have seen, so the number one thing is that you guys might be feeling that, oh, there's an Indian over here and he's talking about quality. Isn't that ironic? Because I keep on listening this every time. Like they say me, oh yeah, you do any quality work, but this is what I have seen because I see my competitors. They are 200, 500 team. Like they have so big teams, but they don't do well. Because they have linked somewhere, like you go to the bigger agencies, they link growth directly proportional to revenue. So those are two things that growth and quality. So it's my own perspective, and I have seen that there are 3 different ways that you can grow. Number one is to be revenue focused. It can be big volume at low quality. The second one is to be only quality focused, but you can have low volume. And the third one is you have both quality as well as revenue focused, that is big volume and great quality. But the last one is really difficult to attain, because when you go into the type C, you start having more overheads, and then that is where it starts becoming quite difficult to maintain, because you get developers, you don't know what type of quality code they do. So I have listed down all the pros and cons, like what can be this thing. Like you can have good revenue in the first type, but over here you are focused on closing the projects as quickly as possible. You might have low client retention rate, and you might need to have continuous marketing, because when you do like $2,000 or $7,000 website, you just need more clients keeping on, so you invest more in marketing. Type B is something that we do really low volume. Like it would be at times we had only one project going on in the company and it lasted for 8 months. But we made more money out of it than we would have made 10 websites. So I just would like to be in the segment B. Like I never want to go on the either side. The last one is like you need to have like client retention is not guaranteed over there. Like if we are in type B, we have clients who have been with us since 2012, and we just keep them happy. So over there, in either of the side, I don't think client retention is that effective. And the type C is not that effective because clients are typically handled by managers. Because when you grow that big, it really becomes difficult for you as the only person to keep on serving those clients. So now we come to the customer lifecycle. Number one, they find you somehow. They start to know you. It's like I always say, getting a client is like dating, because it's like they're seeing so many people over there, and it becomes quite difficult sometimes to understand what your client wants and things like that. If they like you, they start ordering with you. Then you start the execution, and then either the client can be happy or he can get screwed. That's the only 2 ways it happens. I have seen that, because there's nothing like so happy type of clients. I have never had that. Either they were completely happy or they never ever worked with me. So now, wow, you never knew this. You will be thinking about it. So is it all about what do you think? It's only about the quality of the final product? Can we make it more interactive? So what do you think? Like when I talk about quality, is it just the perspective of the final product that we have? Anyone? The experience? Okay, yeah. So my answer is no. It's not about the quality of the final product. So these are the various aspects where I feel quality needs to be taken care of. So one is the initial communication with the clients. This is really important. I have had clients from like 50 different countries. We had clients from places like Nigeria and Ghana and Botswana, the African countries. They don't even have PayPal. They would send cash to someone in Delhi, and they would pay me. They will do a bank transfer. So we have had clients from those places, and it's really like, it really doesn't matter what place your client is. It's only about the initial communication. So this is what I do. We have a live chat. So as soon as someone would come, we would go to, like, this is what I do. I would so the live chat gives me the country that my client is from. I'll quickly search the country, see what the capital is, and try to understand, because you want your client to feel special. So if someone is coming from Colombia, I'll say, oh wow, you got Bogota, I love that place. And sometimes I even fake it, but then client starts in getting, so I tell them like Buenos noches. If he's from Germany, I'll tell him Guten Morgen. So that one thing that attracts them so much, they would start talking to me. And I have seen that thing happening. Like it really works. Then the second thing is setting clear goals while you take the project. And this is the only reason I do all my sales at my company, because I know if there is a business development manager, they just say yes to everything. I've seen that happening a lot. So setting clear goals with your clients is important. Then focus on quality while you're coding. That's the biggest thing. Then have a team that really believes in you, and a team that you can believe in. And then it's the quality of communication between your client and your developer. I'll come to that later. Then there is the third-party code dependency, and then knowing when to upgrade. So I'll take each one of them in detail. So as I said, it's all about the client communication in the initial phase. So you need to be attentive to the client, set realistic expectations for your clients. Make sure you respond to their first mail or message ASAP. This is really important. I have seen clients, I would just mail them after 6 to 7 hours, and they already had, they just ordered it with someone else. Because I am into a business where I deal with B2B clients, so those are not the end clients who will take few days to decide what they want. I work with agency. They already know what kind of work they are looking out for, and they would just order with someone else within few hours. Just be available to them. Clients need a lot of attention. And if they feel that they are not taken care of, they just leave. And if your client needs some education, give them. Because I have had clients, they had a 5-page website, and they would say to me, I want to get this done in AngularJS. I was like, no, you don't need AngularJS for such a small website. So then is a time where client comes and they start to debate. I had clients who would say, no, I want it, because someone said me that this is good. So these are the time when you need to educate the client, and these are the times where you need to stand for yourself. I have seen companies, they would just say, okay, we'll do it only because the client wants it, and then it really gets rocky and it's not good with the client anymore. The final one is patience is the key. You need to let it go. Sometimes it can take some time for you and clients to gel, so that's okay. So it's again like setting clear goals, letting your team know what you are selling, because many times, as I said, the team really does not know what the business guy is selling, and then it really becomes very difficult. And be sure what you can do. So as I said, like if someone will come to us and say use Genesis or Visual Composer, we will never do that, because we don't want the quality to be screwed up, because we really believe in loading the websites under 2 or 3 seconds. And we have tried using all those frameworks, and we were never able to achieve that due to the code structure that we were getting. So we have a clear approach while we quote our client, and if there's something that we don't do, we say simple no. And then make sure that your client have a clear understanding of what they will get at the end of the project. So this is about setting clear goals. Yeah, so this is like quality of coding. Like this is a broad topic, and everyone does it in their own way. But there's something that we do follow while we code. So it's like being least dependent on third-party tools and plugins, then making sure the site loads in less than 3 seconds, then we don't play with the WordPress core. We try to keep plugins as low as possible. So for one website, we have just one plugin. That's it. And we are running the whole WordPress website just out of that one plugin. And then it really matters what plugin author you are using. Like what is so whenever we use a plugin, we make an in-depth research, see how many plugins this guy has, what are his reviews, and things like that. Then provide a great backward compatibility, because client needs to upgrade their website, and we have had themes that we developed 4 years ago, and clients are still using it. They update the core, and the website won't break. Then we never load libraries from external source. Like even the Google fonts, we won't use the Google Fonts library. We will just download the fonts from google.com and embed them through the website. That is the reason, because when you start linking fonts and jQuery from CDN and all those things, you feel that it really doesn't add up to the load, but the browser tries to connect to each and every domain, and that increases load time to a great extent. Your team. Now, I cannot just write about it. So it's really important that you and your team, you both believe in each other. It's like, I can keep on talking about it. My team, I've had people with me from last 6-7 years, and they stay with me because they want to stay with me. And they just believe in what I want to do. Like we were running Pressmate. We just started it 2 to 3 months ago. There was some kind of a talk where we said that everyone has a maintenance company, so we need to do something new. And then I said, so let's make a Pressmate app where we send the details to the clients on the mobile application. They believed in me. We have never ever had coded any mobile app. We never knew how to do one. Within 3 months, I did the UI, and we used PhoneGap, HTML, CSS, and we did an app. So it's really important that you both believe in each other, your team and yourself. If you are the team member, make sure that you work with someone who really understands you. That is very important, because if these two people don't gel with each other, it's not going to happen. Developer-client communication. This is how it is. Client does not like the developer. So I think Donald Trump is client and Kim is the developer. They both try to run away from each other, because they both keep on like, I don't know, my developers this. there are my clients who will send you this big InVision list, zooming in everything, and they would say, okay, so this is the margin over here is 52.5. I need it to be 51.75. I had those specific clients looking out for 0.25 pixels. And then my developers are like, what? That's just a difference of 0.75 pixels, but the client wants it. So the best thing to do is now let them communicate. Believe me. Don't let your developers and your clients communicate. And if you're a freelancer, this does not apply to you, but if you're running a team, don't let them communicate. So this is my thing. Like, I keep on talking to both the sides. You go to client and say, oh yeah, you know what, my developer is an asshole. You go to the developer, you say, oh, yeah, client is an asshole. Don't worry. You just try to keep both of them going. You just try to keep them working. So that is how you cannot improve the quality because there's no factor of quality involved in there. You just try to be the bridge and take care of both of them. Third-party code dependency. As I said, we never use any page builders or theme frameworks or any starter themes. Never, ever. I don't know if you have something, you are one of the coders of this. I'm sorry, but I don't like to use these three things. Because I have seen theme frameworks, I have seen every one of them. And for one header tag, there are 10 divs above it, and then there is the header tag. I don't like that. It adds up to the page load. And then we make sure that we use reliable plugins, but don't overuse at the same time. Anyone over here using ACF, Advanced Custom Fields? That guy should get a medal. Like, he sells it out for 99 Australian dollars, not even US dollars. And that's for the lifetime. We just love that plugin. It's a Swiss Army knife for us. We have coded our own page builders using ACF. Have you used the what is called the flexible content? So you can, if you do in-depth research, I feel WordPress is so powerful that you can just not use any plugins, code your own thing, and you could be good. And then don't be too much dependent on something that you have not coded. Like, again, third-party things, you don't know. We get clients who tell us, who come and they like, we had someone with 37 plugins. 37. And they're like, you know what, my site takes 12 seconds to load. I said it should take 120, man. You're still loading quickly. 37 plugins, and we helped them reduce. We tried our best. The maximum we can reach was 22. That's the best we tried. They had so much dependency that if they would upgrade one plugin, the another one would break. So he was like, you know what, we don't want to upgrade anything. So I said, be ready to get hacked then. So this is knowing when to upgrade. So this is not about the WordPress upgrades, but it is about the technology. So I am into this space for like 9 years now. I have seen JavaScript, jQuery. I have worked on Joomla 1.5. I've been around many things, and I have seen that we don't know so much about the technology upgradation as much as client knows. I keep on getting new technologies from client like React.js. I don't know where all of these things are ending, but it's not always necessary. There are so many JavaScript frameworks, but we are still good with jQuery. So we need to understand one thing, that all of these frameworks that are coming up, they are based on JavaScript or ECMAScript. So JavaScript itself is so powerful. If you know something that is the foundation, you don't need to upgrade your technologies. That is what we believe in, and that is what we've been doing. So don't follow your client, and they can just keep on talking. It's you who have to decide what's good for the client. You don't go to a doctor and say, you know, he says you that you have something. You cannot say, no, I don't have that. So we are the one who diagnose and suggest to the clients, not the clients suggest to us. Then there's a case study about when we dropped WordPress. And we had to say no to WordPress at a time, and it hurts. We tried a lot to use WordPress. So I'll show you how and why did we did not use it. So this was for a client, University of California. So there are all these different blocks that you have. Like you have, this is one block and this is the second one. and the heights can get shorter, or they can get taller, or it can be in a medium. Then you can have 3 different blocks. So these were the kind of things that client wanted. We tried out using page builders, because over there you can add columns and all things like that, but it never worked. So I switched back to my Swiss Army knife, ACF, and I tried my best. So to build one page, I had to go through a loop, an if-else conditioning loop, and it was somewhere about 120 different possible permutations and combinations. So we were like, we are not doing this, because we cannot have so many loops running in every time we have a page to build. So we just dropped WordPress, and then we built our own CMS. If you would like to take a tour of it. So we built this in Laravel, and so this is what we tried to do. As like, you can contain you can change the color over here. You change it to baby blue, save it, and then so it just changes the color. So it's not about just the color. Then you can go down, all the way down. You can add a new row. So there are different shapes that you can. So the client was so specific that they wanted us to make sure that when you click this and you see these shapes over here, these ones, so they even sent us these icons that we wanted this way. So this project was more about focusing on the backend usability. So here you go, you can add the widgets, you can have like a news box over here, so you can add all those things. Then you can change the color. So this was so specific, and we thought that building something like this was not possible for us in WordPress, because we didn't wish to build everything from like the complete page builders or something like that. So we have our own media library over here, inspired somewhat from WordPress, not as good as WordPress, but it works for us. Then this is something that would have we tried to use WordPress for building an aggregator. So what this thing does, you add your keywords over here like this, and it goes out to all the news sources. Like, these are the news sources. It will search for those keywords in their RSS feed, and then save them as pending news over here. So you go to pending news, and these are the different news that comes up, and then you can just approve or delete it, and it will remove it from the system. So this was, and then you have events. So and client had like, everything was so specific. Like, if you go into the events, they wanted to sort them out, like about the initiatives. They don't have it over here. So there was so much of customization. So this was the time we decided to not use WordPress, because then we were increasing a lot of dependency, and we are pretty happy about it right now, because we are getting so many different requests from this client, and we are able to do it very quickly. And because it is not WordPress, we are able to charge them a premium price, because they cannot go anywhere now. They're married to us for life, unless and until they decide to change it. So now this is the menu that it was before, and now we have a new menu over here, which looks something like this, and we charge them about $1,000 just to change the menu. If this was WordPress, they could have easily found someone who could have did that for like $200 or something like that. But again, the only reason we are able to do this is because we are delivering quality over here. I can show you the notes that we have from the client, but I would not like to show that, because you won't even like to see it. We have so specific requirements, like the way this menu comes from the top. There's so much of interaction design over everywhere. If you go and see the mobile version of this, it's so specific about everything. So that's all I want to tell about quality. Any questions? Yep.
You mentioned that you like to use 3 or less plugins, including advanced custom fields. What are the ideal layers for plugins?
What kind of core plugins? ACF is something that we use everywhere. There's contact forms. There's a reason we use contact forms 7. Like I know the good developers never use that. It's because we try to give something like to a client where they can upgrade on their own. And with gravity forms and few other forms that are really good. The issue is that you need a developer license, and most of the clients we have seen, they after the license expires, they expect us to buy a new license. So we try to give something which is completely free of charge. And I can probably show you a website where we used only one web. So this is the website. And again, so I work with an agency. They are so specific about everything. If you see these animations, this is a really beautifully done interaction design. Like, I cannot even say enough about how much we worked on. So it was just a 4-page website, and we charged somewhere about $4,000 just to build the theme. Oh yeah, this is in WordPress, and you can see even the mobile version. So the good part about us is like we have really awesome clients who send us design for mobile, for iPad, and even say us what they want. Like it even comes up with a lot of reference. We even get how those hamburgers change. We get references for everything, like how the menu will come. Here's the example for the menu. Here's what you need to use for hamburgers. So it actually makes our life quite easy. I don't trust page speed insights that much, because it's more, I feel that Google is not giving you the real answers, but I have not tested this. I use Pingdom tools because that is something I like to look at, because this really gives you the load time of the website and the complete flow chart of how your websites are loading.
So you're saying you don't use a lot of plugins and everything else?
Yeah, so this is loading under 2 seconds. So this is because you can see, like, if you go over here, like this is still using Google Fonts. Another one that we built for UCSF, we didn't even use a Google Fonts, because that was like the server goes to the browser goes to Google, tries to fetch the data. So here this is like performance grade is 97. If you see this is still using few of those. Anyways, they are not taking that much of space. But if you see, like we have, like the initial page load is at the response is at 641 milliseconds, which is really good, because this is where your server processes everything, all the PHP code, and sends the first byte of code to the browser. So this is how it's loading. I don't know why this image might be it's not optimized. It's 8.3 megabytes. What? Yeah, this is the reason it's taking so much time. It's 8. Oh, you want to see the image? Yeah. So I don't know, if you remove this image, then it would, because I made sure that it loads under 2 seconds. Now I know why it's 2.64. Yeah, let me see. So this is the one that is on a staging server. Yeah, you see it's 1.59 seconds. Because I know that I made it sure it loads under, because that was the thing that we actually made money on. Under 2 seconds, we were just shouting in front of client, under 2 seconds, that is so necessary. Or as Google is like, it will make you look bad on search engine and things like that. So it's as much as I have seen in last 9 to 10 years, clients know something, but they really don't. They really know so much less that if you show them that you know so much, you can just surpass them, and then they start believing in you. So again, no fonts from anywhere else, and this is the result you are seeing yourself. Anything else? You wanted to see the backend for Exonic, right? I have few websites, but I can show them due to the NDA terms, or else I would have loved to show it. Okay. So yeah, this is how simple the backend is. I saved one plugin because there's no contact form on the website. So you go in here and you see like this is the.
Is that ACF?
Yeah, this is ACF. I have a good demo for ACF. I can show you probably. This is the one where we tried to build our own page builder kind of thing using ACF. So this has like 5 plugins because we got a database one and then the MailChimp. So this is like we say build your own layout kind of thing. So you can go here and then add a content block. So we have so many different kinds of content blocks over here. You can add a review, so then it has these are the different things you can remove. You can drag drop them, and I feel that HTML is so powerful. If you code it really well, you can just use those content blocks everywhere, like anywhere you want to. So you can just drag drop this. The way you want, and it will just update on the front end. So this was the for QBI we first built the website in ACF using flexible content, and this is where we got the idea of drag drop, and we pitched it to the client. So anything else? Anyone?
Are you referring to the Advanced Custom Fields plugin, ACF?
I wish I could have been. Are you what, friends?
ACF, is that the Advanced Custom?
Yeah, that's the Advanced Custom Fields, yeah.
And that's just to create different fields in different places?
Yeah, so I can show you, like these are the fields. The entire website is running just on one field group. So it's all about planning. If you are using ACF, you need to plan a lot. So it's
The custom posts?
custom post is for doing custom post types. So we built a review website where people can come and review. I don't know if I have. No, I don't think I have it anymore. So I feel that you can use custom ACF the way you want. It's so powerful, and there are so many different. So you need to go with ACF Pro that comes up for 99 Australian dollars, and you get a lifetime license. So you get free upgrades, and they really upgrade it pretty. Like they keep on upgrading it quite often. So you have to use it as a. But there is something else called as. I don't know the name. It's called metaboxes.io. Anyone is familiar with that? I think, yeah. And so it's called metabox.io. This is where I think you can do both. You can create advanced the custom post types. With us, we do code our own custom post types. We don't use a plugin for that. Yeah, or even if we want to. Because we never found a need to do that. This is for someone who is like not familiar with WordPress coding, so they can just go and they have a beautiful interface. So it shows how to create a custom post type over here. But we don't feel that you should be doing that. You should not be dependent on a plugin for everything. Anything else? Anyone? Yeah. We use SiteGround. Yeah. SiteGround, you don't know about it? Oh wow. So we have so yeah, few of my websites were hacked. I have hosted with almost every hosting company in this world, Bluehost, GoDaddy, everyone. And finally, I have been with SiteGround for like 6 years now. SiteGround, and it's really good. They have a good support, and so for even for QBI, we have been using SiteGround. We are using their cloud server. The main reason we use SiteGround is because they don't fill in so much clients. So with every hosting company you go, the issue is that they just keep on adding more clients to it. So then the CPU load is divided between multiple websites and things like that. We have not been seeing that with SiteGround. But the issue with SiteGround, it's pretty expensive, and they would limit the number of executions per day, and then there is L node usage. Everything is pretty much restricted over there, and it's for your own good, because they do it for like $10 to $12 per month, which for WordPress hosting it's considered a mid-range, not expensive. But they do it for their own good, because they don't want to increase the load on this server, and we find it pretty good, and they are responsive. What hosting are you using?
Different hosting, we're looking at AWS for certain things.
No.
Dream host,
So how many pages is your website?
we have several, and we host that are like 12 or more pages.
So and how many websites are you looking to host?
Maybe 12.
I don't feel you need AWS for that, because it's like so much of, so AWS, what they do is basically they just hand over the server to you, and you have to do everything. Like if you, I don't know if you use cPanel or what you exactly use, so they just give you the server, and you need to do an complete setup and everything over there. So then there is DevOps and all those things that you need to get into. So if like we have about 60 to 65 websites, and we have multiple SiteGround accounts. And this is what you should do. You should sign up for SiteGround affiliate, okay? And then using that affiliate account, just buy it for yourself. So you pay $47 and you get $50 back. This is what we do every day. Anything else, anyone?
So are you saying the MetaBox is better than the Customer Lifecycle?
No, that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is like ACF plus custom post types, and it has got pretty good extensions. So with ACF you still cannot create your own custom post types, but we are still in the phase of looking at MetaBox. We don't find a reason to do that, but we want to be knowledgeable and see if there's something better we can look into, because all the developers that we have, they are pretty much good with ACF. They know the coding style and everything. So yeah, today I have got some time, so I will see it with you, like how does it look like.
Have you ever used pods?
Sorry?
You ever used
Pods? I keep on listening that a lot. I want to use, but as I said, I don't code anymore, so I don't get that much time to look at various things. I have been trying to look at MetaBox, and today is the first time I'm standing with you, and trying to see how that thing is, and I'm not liking it.
So this is on the fly, real discovery.
Yeah, real discovery. Because if you compare this with ACF, they have a really beautiful interface to use. So I find it more better than MetaBox now.
It looks like it's lifetime.
So this is looking more of like I'm building a menu, because you have the WordPress menus over here. It's similar to this. So it doesn't feel like I'm creating custom fields, but I really don't bother, because it's not me who has to create the custom field, it's my developers who have to do it. So if they like it, they can use it. But it's not looking that good, because and then they have the conditional logic over here. I can keep on talking about how good ACF is the whole day I want to, because we have invested a lot of time in looking out for various ACF plugins, and this is what you should do. You should go to ACF, that is advanced custom fields, and then you can go for the add-ons. So these are the various add-ons that they have, and these are the public add-ons that you can add in more for different things that you want to do. So QTranslate is like a multilingual plugin. So it is for converting all your ACF fields into a different language. And then these are the ones, and then if you go to the WordPress repository, there are tons and tons of, so you see pods, so you have many different plugins for ACF. Also, even you can go to GitHub and find plugins for ACF. So different people writing different ACF things. Like this is the one that is, I think, the advanced custom fields, the one that, this is the official GitHub. So if you have any issues, you can just raise your pull request over here. If you have a new feature, if you have an issue over here. Anything else? Good. Thank you. Yeah, you have a question?
Like right after everybody starts applying. So do you use ACF on all your sites, or are there some sites where they come to you, it's sort of things straightforward and you just build it out?
We never got a basic blog. We have clients who will have only big websites. Like this was the client, and this client has like, so here is where repeater fields really helped us. So this is with an agency that I work. So we had this problem. So if you go down over here and you close it, so you don't see Chelsea back again. So you open this, go down, close it. So you see that there's no transition. So then when we did Exonic Capital, so I'm saying those are these like they are so small things that really count. So we went over here, and if you see this, you click read more, then it goes down. Now you close it, it will go up again. So those are the small details that we'll look into, and that's how it really has worked for us. Because then client, you see, like you like some website, but these are small details that really help you to make that website beautiful. And I personally feel that you cannot attain so much detailing with any of the page builders or whatever, anything that they are selling around in the market. I don't feel it's working. Like even if you see the maps, the map color and everything, it took us almost 2 days to finalize the colors that we will be having in the map, because I was with my client, the agency, not the end client, and we sat down together, and it was like I cursed myself. Why did I show that website to my client? There's a thing called Google Maps colors. I don't know what is that. Yeah, Snazzy Maps. And this client was like, he was so happy. Oh wow, I can choose color for everything, like for roads and for buildings and for rivers and this. I'm going to find all the different colors. And he took 2 days just to finalize the designs that he wanted on those maps. So that is, and I was never so detail conscious. I met this client in 2015. I have been working for me, and I can see that it is me who has become better. And now my team, they really don't want all those big mails coming in. So they automatically they now make sure that everything is so perfect. So it's one client who comes into your life and can change the way you see. If you see our own website right now, so this is the website we built like 3 months ago, and this is the website we built like almost a year ago. Oh, sorry. So I have a live chat, so anyone who visits my website gets tracked over here, And if you want to see the way I talk with my people, so this is how we start. It's Alex is not me, he's my partner, but when you talk to Alex, you talk to me. So I can show you, like, there have been so big conversations, and I just close the deals on the fly. Like these are all the way from 2012. We have 161 pages. You cannot even. Are you guys visiting us? So yeah, we use ACF for almost everything, and we even if we try to avoid it, we cannot do that because now we are so much dependent on it. And I just wonder what is going to happen once Gutenberg comes up. I'm really worried about it, so I'm still waiting to see. So you can see the difference, like the typography over here is so screwed, and if you see it over here, there's consistency. So I can feel the difference that this one client has brought in us. And I cannot feel it in myself, I can even feel it in my own team. Now they have become so cautious. So whom you work with really matters. You want a client who keeps on bugging you. You won't like it, but it's for your own good. So that's all about quality. Thank you.